Hello and welcome to Toledo Aquaponics. Currently this is day 11 and this is what my current water quality looks like. My pH is somewhere in the 4 range. I still have about 1 ppm of ammonia in my system, as well as my nitrites is 0, but my nitrates are sitting somewhere around probably 20 to 40 range. Again, a good chunk of that is left over from the nitrifying bacteria that I did have in my system before it got killed off. As you can kind of see, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it in this grow bed, but I do have algae spreading still. I do have quite a bit of algae there, as well as some here. I do have more grow stone on order to be able to top these off a little bit, to hopefully keep the water level about an inch or so below the stone, so that way I don't have my algae problem. For right now, it's just kind of nice because I can see it and I know, hey, at least something's using the nutrients. The other thing I did is I went over to my seed starters over here and grabbed some of my black Simpson lettuce as well as some of the kale that I had, and even though it is way too small to transplant, I did transplant some of it into my system. I have some lettuce in here, just a couple small pieces. These plants are mostly just going to be sacrificial. I don't know if they'll actually grow at all. The system's still relatively too new and it's still not cycled. However, I do want to see if I can get these kind of kick-started to also potentially use up some of the nitrates in my system. Because the last thing I want is my nitrates to just continuously build endlessly. And I don't want to go to a nursery and go get a bunch of outside plants, because that's just, you don't want to do that. You don't want to start with house plants or plants from a nursery or anything else, because you don't know, one, if they have any sort of disease, you don't know of any bugs they might have in them, and most of the time, I mean, as a rule of thumb, you just want to avoid them. You can get lucky and can be perfectly fine, but then that one bad time you'll get a plant that's got a couple aphids on it that you didn't notice, and now you have a massive infestation. So it's something that you want to try to avoid. So I'm taking some of the seedlings that I started over in my little seed starter, and I am pulled them out of the rock wool and just put them directly into the stone to see if I can kind of kick them off. When this system's fully set up and running, I won't need rock wool to actually start my seeds. I could honestly just start them directly in the media. It's a little bit more care that you need to take, but it is definitely doable. That is something that I traditionally will do. But for right now, I'm just using a little Jiffy seed starter, which does not actually close enough with the stakes I have, as well as some rock wool, and then I was using liquid seaweed to kind of start the whole thing off. So these guys are so far off to a good start, and I have them transplanted specifically in my middle grow bed, which is directly under my one grow light that's set up right now, and I want to just kind of see if they take off. Like I said, they're mostly probably just sacrificial plants, but I took just some of the strongest from the crop so far, and I'm just kind of running with them.